and welcome everyone. Welcome to this second round of AREC at Riyadh International Raceway circuit side. And for this round, I won't be alone commentating this race because Joe joined me into the commentator's cabin. Hello, Joe.
Hi, I'm John, or if commonly known as Jove as for the normal name. I have commentated for RLCF before in Raceleague, another league that I made myself, but unfortunately shut down due to low players.
Yeah. So you kindly asked me if I wanted to have someone with me in the commentator's cabin for this endurance because I mean it was first planned to have the big race today, which is the 2 hours of Dudelange, but due to a lot of issues with the track, we decided to simply change the track. And yeah, we'll have some good racing here, definitely. But the race will be shortened because instead of 2 hours, we're doing only one. Let me just change a bit of things for the stream, and we'll be good. So as you can see, the drivers are practicing for the race, and we'll have some great competition today as we don't have any more drivers in open wheelers all 300. We only have the Firenze drivers, Marcos and Jacob, but we have some new people coming to Super Cup, as we have Mulham or Ore for those who know it. Pretty fast driver, actually managed to be second in RTM, which was Super Cup league. So yeah, pretty fast driver in this car. Kenichi will have some competition today, and the win will not be that easy, I think. What's your... Joe, let's ask for your opinion. Who do you think will win the race?
I mean, the RL 300 are definitely gonna be on top. But if we're talking about this Super Cup grid, Kenichi will definitely be the fastest driver of them all. He has shown on multiple leagues that he is very fast on the Super Cup, so it is more likely that he will win than everyone else in the Super Cup. Although Ratapato is also pretty fast on the Super Cup, so maybe we'll see some battles between him and Kenichi.
Yeah, Ratapato was the big surprise of last round. I wasn't expecting him to be that fast and keep up with Kenichi, even if he had some mistakes that cost him a lot of time. He was indeed pretty fast. So we'll see how is it going for him. I hope that he will not have a big crash like last time. He actually had a puncture in the fast section of the track, Le Mans Biscotti, and he crashed into a barrier and broke his radiator, so he couldn't rejoin the pits, and his car died in the last corner. So
yeah, Ratapato has just to improve his consistency in respect to Kenichi, which is very consistent in every track.
yeah, in consistency, I think consistency will be the key here to succeed, because of that track has pretty good runoffs, so you won't crash the car that easily, I think, but you can definitely lose time in the sand traps. So
yeah, definitely the track is a bit very tricky. Kenichi has reported very inconveniences during his trials on making setups on various corners. So it's gonna be really interesting who is gonna manage to manage all these corners and on the track.
Indeed, we'll need to see how's the race going. Only 4 minutes left in this qualification. Oh,
We're gonna interrupt that. Ratapato has spawned.
Maybe I don't know if it's a visual bug, but I think it might have a puncture. I also have Kenichi stream to be aware of the lap count for the Super Cup, and Rada streaming too. But let's see. Let's see the liveries, because it was supposed to be the big race. We have special liveries for this race, as we have Kenichi with an Iron Maiden livery, beautiful one. A lot of work put in this livery. So I hope Ham will show up, because Ham was supposed to show up with the same livery, and I would love to have both of these cars here. I don't know what you think about this livery, Joel.
I mean, I don't have the skin pack right on because I didn't plan for it, but I saw the Iron Maiden skin of Kenichi. It is quite nice, but I'm really not a fan of Iron Maiden, so I can't really relate.
Yeah, we know that Kenichi is a big fan of Iron Maiden, and he puts their logo on pretty much every car he drives, so we'll see. We also have Moham, who has an Akai livery, because we can use the real brown here. I mean, that brown we can't use it. So it's pure Swedish traditions. I mean, I'm not objective about this one, because like I made it, so I can't be real objective, but I really like it. I don't know if we can see it on stream, maybe.
I'll check it out later.
Yeah, no worries. Rada Battle gave the same livery, because he had a special one for you to launch, but since we're not doing it, just stick to the normal one, because it was just a sticker addition. But again, pretty simple livery, but pretty effective. I kinda like it. Marcos and Jacob will stick to the classic Firenze livery, yellow and black one. That has a lot of success. Actually, lots of drivers in the game use it when practicing. Not only in AREC, but just like free driving and stuff. So yeah, pretty good livery. So the same for Jacob, obviously, but with different numbers. And we also have Cypher with his classic red beer livery. Pretty good stuff too. I like the sponsor he put on the livery. And then we have Kuruk that changed his livery and do improvements. And I honestly really like it, like that black part on the rear of the car, and those shapes, those orange shapes are really good. Also the sponsors are kind of funny, so yeah, definitely a good one. And we're heading...
Going to be...
Oh yeah, sorry. So go ahead.
No, I was gonna simply say about technical things of the track that gonna be interesting, that overtaking spots, probably turn 9-10 will be very used, long, straight, and followed by the hairpin, 180-degree hairpin. And probably another overtaking spot, very famous, would be the turn 4, after a long straight after turn 1, 2, 3, which will also be an overtaking opportunity for drivers. But the main straight before the hairpin would be being the most probable overtaking spot, as it is a very long straight where you can use slipstream, and then a hairpin which you can even switch back with drivers.
And we know that the straight will be really critical for for overtaking, because you really need a good launch through there to have. Wait, the qualifying bugged. The qualifying bugged.
No, the qualifying is fine. Everyone is joining now.
Yeah, but it's not the right time.
Oh, it's not the right time?
I've put it 20 minutes. So
Well, you can just...
I'm stopping session. Yeah, I put 20 minutes, so that bugged. So I stopped the session. We'll just redo the qualifying. That's not a problem. We have. So yeah, I'm just. We'll see. I think you misunderstood that. Okay, so we'll be good, yeah. And we're starting again, and yeah, it worked. It worked perfectly fine, so we're good.
Alright, qualifying starts right now. We see already AREC going out of the pits, followed by Kuruk.
Yep. Kuruk is pretty early on the throttle here to get like the first positions to have clean air, but AREC is even faster here, as he got the first out of the pits.
Cypher and Kinichi are following next.
Yeah.
And we'll see if the others, if we will see some very good lap times here, or maybe even crashes with the closeness of these walls.
Yeah, I think we'll have a good racing out at the start. The pole position will be pretty important on this track, especially with the first corner. But I think there will be definitely some good racing, considering that the championship is a bit close. So let me remind you of the championship standings. So for on P we have Marcos first with 30 points, and we have Jacob second with 11 points, and in Cup we have Kinichi with 30 points, Cypher second with 22 points, Kuruk with 16 points at the third place, and we have Radabato at 6 points in fourth place. That means that AREC is actually fifth with 0 points, so he has a lot to catch up, but I'm sure he will do his best to gain positions and maybe grab the podium at the end of the season.
Everyone has started their hot lap, and
so we'll watch Kuruk as he is entering. He's entering now. Let me get the track map again. So he is entering the last section with those fast corners. We really need to be careful here not to lose the car, because this car likes to slide.
AREC is completing his hot lap, and it's gonna be a 1:13.156.
Yeah, and
Kuruk is a 1:15.630.
Unfortunately, that won't be enough. That's 2 seconds too slow. But I know he can do better, because he did better practicing through the week. We'll
Cypher did not have this lap, maybe invalidated this.
Yeah, it might have got a penalty.
Ratapato is crossing the line. He too doesn't have a lap.
Yep. But let's see where Kenichi is. He went back to the pit. I think Kenichi crashed. And that's why he went back to the pit. You really need to be careful because you only have 9 minutes. So, AREC still first. And he's completing another hot lap. Actually, you can do some laps before the tire drops in terms of performance, as already completing its second lap, and he's not improving, because we saw in a small test race that Kenichi could manage to do over 14 laps with his tire. So we'll really be looking after this. It is still loud. Oh yeah.
Rata is going to cross the line again. Let's see if he's gonna have a lap time this time. Yes, it is a 1:15.464, which puts him in second place.
Okay. Now that should be better. Because the heli camera was too loud.
I'm just going around in photo mode to see every part of the track.
Yep. I'm using TV and heli camera because on this track those are pretty good.
Or is maybe going to complete another lap. Yes, he's going for another lap.
Yep.
Let's see if this time he improves.
He improves,
Yes,
and
he
by
does.
a lot.
I 1:12. Yeah.
1:12, but that's pretty fast. Let's see if Kuruk or Ratapato can keep up with that. Kuruk could cross the line, I think. Yeah.
Cypher does 1:13.9.
And he takes second place. That's a really good lap from Cypher.
Kenichi is still missing in the leaderboard.
Yep, I think he just did his out lap and now he's doing his hot lap. And he's using AREC slipstream because AREC was moving out of the line not to not impede Kenichi, but he uses the slipstream until the very end, and that might help him get pole position. So we'll see.
Right now he's going to the last section of the very fast S's.
Yep. And he's entering the last couple of corners. You really need to be careful not to invalidate your lap here. And he's going
Let's see on the main straight, 1:12.7.
That's not enough.
Very close to AREC.
That's not enough, unfortunately, but that's still pretty fast. And it's front row for Kenichi. As Kuruk improves and moves out in front of Ratapato with a 1:15.3. Pretty close between those two. It will be an interesting race to watch, as Rata is doing another hot lap. So we'll see. He's in the last couple of corners. Those S's, small break, the last corner, and now he's entering the main straight. Let's see. And
he does not improve.
Yeah, that's not enough, unfortunately, for him. We
can already see how divided the grid is. The first two of AREC and Kenichi, followed by the Cypher in the middle, and followed by Ratapato and Kuruk in the back.
You can see differences for real in this qualifying, but as we saw, Kenichi was slow in qualifying last round, but he ended up winning the race. So we really need to look forward to that, because he was 2 seconds slower than Ratapato in qualifying last race. But I think he had some issues, so we
I
might
thi- I think
be able.
Ore is starting his up lap again. We'll see if Kinichi can manage to chase him for that pole position.
And I'm preparing to call for the end of quali for the Super Cups. I remember Super Cups can finish their lap. Super Cups can finish their lap when I call the end, because since it's multi-class we can't send everyone out at the same time because of the difference of speed. So we'll see. As always, entering the long right-hander and then the small left. Kenichi slows down, Kuruk slows down as well.
Interesting that Ore didn't use the Kuruk slipstream to help him.
No, he's not using slipstream. I know that Ore is on controller, I don't know
Oh,
for
he's
the
going
switch.
into the pits. Ore is going into the pits. Same as Kuruk. I think everyone is gonna enter the pits now.
Yep. I remember you can't finish a lap. So Cypher is actually going for the end of the lap.
Let's see if Cypher can get closer to its rivals on top.
Let's see. And he goes
He,
closer, but not enough, unfortunately.
yeah, he improves a little.
Okay,
And the RL 300s are already ready on the pit exit.
allowed to go. I need to see where Cypher is on the track, because I don't want to cause a collision. Yes. And they are now going. So Jacob went first. Jacob goes first. Cypher is far enough ahead not not impede the R300s. So he just needs to go to the pits.
While they're taking their preparation laps, I just want to mention we're gonna see a very fierce battle between Aura and Kinichi and the Super Cup since they're very close rivals.
Yes, of course, they're really close rivals. Um, so we'll need to see how the race is going, because I know that Ore is a very competitive driver. He does everything to win. So we really need to see, but we know that Kenichi likes to play it smart and take his time, especially in those endurance races. Like he takes his time and has an insane strategy. In terms of racecraft, I think Kenichi might be the best driver around here. But in terms of pure speed, I think that Aure is better. So that will be interesting. As Jacob started his hot
Yeah,
lap, Marcos as well. Marcos just got his new pedals, and he's now on the wheel, and he can unleash the beast he's ever been. So you remember, Marcos actually won titles in this car. So Marcos is going to be pretty fast. Jacob was worried because he thinks he's slow, but he has a 1 minute point 9, which is a pretty good time, considering the previous track record was a minute and 1 second.
May have done track minutes, so we're gonna see. No, he
1 minute
didn't.
point 2. So that's pretty fast for Marcos. Okay, yeah, Ali camera is very loud. That's a shame, because that's a really good camera. Maybe I can fix that. Okay, will just not be using heli camera, unfortunately. Let's see how's Jacob's doing as he is entering the last couple of corners. You can see the difference of speed in those S's with that car. As Jacob entering the pits, he might have some damage. Yeah, he definitely has some damage.
Marcos is going pretty slow. Yeah, he's doing a preparation lap, maybe to do another hot lap in this next lap.
Yeah, I don't know if the tires are strong enough to like do 2 hot laps. Yeah, I think
He's going for it.
he's going for it. So we will see. Note that on controller your tires has more wear than if you're on the steering wheel. So that might be why Jacobs entered the pits, and he's now behind Marcos for this qualifying laps. So we'll see how Marcos takes that hairpin. That sort of hairpin. There's actually a right and a left.
Jacob is following behind to do his hot lap next.
Yes. You can see the difference of time. That's a really short track, but he has some high downforce corners. Those fast S's, I think you can take it flat out, and Supercar, but that's really hard. But in all 300, you just send it into the corners, and that works. As Marcos is getting closer to the below the minute.
Yeah, he's going. Maybe in the final lap, he will actually break the 1 minute barrier, and as Jacob will try as well. He was only about 700s behind. No, 7 tenths. Sorry, 7 tenths behind Marcos before his 1 minute lap. So we'll see now if he manages to do an equal time or an even better one. But it will be pretty difficult for Jacob.
Yeah, because we know that Marcos is really, really fast. But I think Jacob has what it takes to maybe catch up. Maybe not overtaking him in this qualification, but maybe close the gap and prove that he has the speed and that Marcos should be careful about him as he's entering. And he improves. He's now 5 tenths behind, as Marcos didn't improve this lap. As we're going to photo mode, so let's see where they are. Marcos, that's Jacobs. No, that's Marcos. Marcos entering that hairpin. Really, really late on the apex, and then going around the corner. Let's see the difference in Jacob's line. And he's even later on the apex and goes less round that corner. Like
yeah, but they are doing preparation laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcos is going to the pits.
Marcos might have dead tires because of his hot laps, and he will have only 1 lap left. As Jacob is
going for another lap. Yeah.
Marcos in the pit, Jacob's entering another hot lap.
Oh, he goes wide at turn 1. Not ideal.
Yeah. Marcos is exiting the pits now. So we move back to TV camera on Jacob to see how is it going for him. Actually, with that we'll have 2 consecutive races of 1 hour and a half in AREC, because the next one is in 2 weeks with Wahatan. And that's also 1 hour and a half, but the track is longer, so there will be less laps. Okay, entering this small, that's the medium one, sorry. There's actually...
Oh, Jacob having a little of a spin in the last section.
Yeah.
He will not be able to improve his time, I think, with that.
Yeah, we'll be careful because that's almost the end of qualifying.
Yeah, he doesn't improve.
He doesn't. And I'm going to call for, as we can see that Cypher is talking about setups with Kuluk.
Marcos is in his final hot lap. He will be probably the last chance he has to maybe go under the 1 minute barrier.
I think they only have 30 seconds left in this qualifying session. He's catching
The,
up to Jacob, and he's not taking the
yeah,
slipstream. He really wants clean hair. I don't know if the game simulates dirty air yet, but
no, I don't think so.
I don't think
No.
so. We only have slipstream at the moment, but having damages on your front wing for sure has an effect on your car, and it doesn't improve.
Mark,
You won't break the
yeah,
that barrier of the 1 minute. So qualifying is ending right now. Jacob is no longer on the track. Marcos failed his lap. So I think that's the end for this qualifying session. Marcos will be on pole. Jacob will follow him on the front row. And in Super Cup we have Molham and Kenichi, Cypher and Kuruk, and then Red Battle starting last, unfortunately for him, but that's a long race.
pretty interesting to see how Marcos and Jacob and also Ora and Kinichi are very close on times. If they are very close on times in qualifying, it will be very interesting to see race-wise if they'll wanna maintain that or not.
Yeah, that's we are advancing to race, and we know that even with only 2 drivers, we have some good racing in our 300 last race. So everyone's joining grid right now, and I will be in drone camera for the start. No, I will be in photo mode. Photo mode will be better for the start. So where are they? Here. So we'll have a good view here. My game has locked up, going to grid. Oh, Kenichi crashed.
Yeah, Kinichi is missing. You'll have to restart.
Yeah, but I don't think we can redo qualifying. So the positions will be randomized. That's okay, we have the time. We'll call for red flag and do like a really small qualifying, 5 minutes. I'm calling for the red
Yeah.
flag now.
So we call out red flag.
Yeah, we call out red flag. Red flag. He already has. That will be an issue. That will be an issue.
I mean, when they go to grid, Kinichi could just fit into the slot that he's supposed to, what he's supposed to be.
I just locked in the loading stopping session. A race was stopped. I'm excited to go back to lobby.
Or we could do a formation lap and then
Run
everyone.
Yeah, we will do that.
No, we can. we could just do a formation lap and then everyone goes into their grid slots and have still a standing start.
Yeah, and I call for the start, yeah. So the race is stopped. And I can do... okay. So, usage will be... Okay, so I'll put 8-9 laps. I'm starting the session. Okay, they are all going to the grid. Let's hope that works this time. And yeah, but I think
Yeah,
that worked.
Kenichi.
Kenichi's here.
Yeah.
So that worked. That's perfect. So yeah, we'll have a formation lap and I will call for the race start.
Yeah, we'll be doing formation lap and everyone will be setting on their grid slots as per qualifying standings.
Yeah,
And then we'll have a countdown and then the race will start.
yeah. So they will
So it
start
should be
first.
noted that, yeah, it should be noted that the formation lap will be slower paced.
Yeah.
We could have Marcos dictate the pace or make everyone on a certain pace.
Okay. So, as we remember, Ore starting first in Super Cup, then Kinichi, then Cypher, then we have Kuruk, and then we have Red Battle, and in R300 we have Marcos and then Jacob. They all have to their positions. Yep. So now we'll have a whole lap of formation, unfortunately, and then they will go to their grid spots, and I will call for the start. Oh no, not telecamera, sorry. Drone.
But Pato taking it slowly is
And
behind
I think he
from
wants to
others.
like preserve his tires.
Yeah, he does.
We'll see.
Unless everyone is on the grid slots, we won't start the countdown.
Yeah.
Rotobato's still going very slow. He'll be the last one making his way onto his grid spot.
Yes. As Marcos.
Alright, approaching
And they are now
the
coming
corners.
to the grid spots. As Marcos coming, he has some experience in F123, so he's in his grid spot. Jacobs is in his. Let's see. Ara is in his. Kinichi is in his. Cypher
Yeah,
2.
everyone is on theirs. Yeah.
Okay, so I will call 3
Cypher started. Cypher jump started.
Cypher. Okay, so 3,
Okay, everyone
2,
is. Yeah.
1, go.
And everyone has started.
Everyone
Kinichi
started.
has seated the wall.
Yeah, he slipped a lot, and Kuruk made it through first place. As we see everyone going, Marcos and Jacob are following each other right now. Jacob's behind Marcos.
Lose some battles in the Super Cup between Ratapato and Cypher.
Yeah, right battle takes that place. Cypher is now last. And AREC got first position back, I will see. And Jacob's on the move on Marcos here.
Kinichi is also on the move on Kuruk on the hairpin.
We'll see. Kinichi. And yeah, on Kuruk in this hairpin.
He overtakes.
And yeah, he overtakes him. As we can see, everyone's following him behind. So Jacob and Marcos coming out of the last corner. First lap completed for them. And Jacob gets the fastest lap. And he's now trying to catch up to Marcos. We'll go back with the Super Cups. With the drone cam.
Ratapato making a move again on Cypher on turn 1.
Yeah, Cypher
going around the outside.
And Cypher gets a better launch here, and he stays ahead. As we can see, Kinichi is getting closer to Mulham.
Yeah, Aure doesn't have the slipstream. He has a big disadvantage in that case. Kinichi can very easily overtake him with this straight coming.
Yes, of course. And we know that slipstream works even better with our 300, as we see Jacob closer than he has ever been with Marcos. Maybe
Kinichi is doing a move on Aure.
And yes, thank you for telling me that, as Aure is taking a wide line and he has a much better launch out of the corner, but Kinichi will stay ahead. Let's see the TV camera. Kinichi.
That would be a very close battle between them. There would be very many switchbacks between them as one overtakes and the other gets the slipstream and vice versa.
Yes. And Jacob is trying to keep up with Marcos, but Marcos is really fast. He already built a gap with him. But Jacob has the slipstream. So they're coming to the hairpin and Jacob brakes very late. And he has a really wide line. And he has a better launch. So we need to see, and he's coming for Marcos. And he stays behind on purpose. Very smart for the German driver.
Aure and Kinichi are now approaching the straight. Aure is very close. He might go for a move there on the hairpin.
As we can see that Kinichi hit something because his sidelight went off.
And now they're side by side.
And AREC going to the inside here. And Kinichi will maybe try the switchback. And no, he has not. So
Ratapato also has overtaken Kuruk.
Oh yeah. And Cypher is really far behind. He might have made mistakes. Oh, in almost lost it on this corner. And Jacob is again pretty close to Marcos. He really oh, and he's going really wide here.
Oh, Kuruk made a mistake. Now Cypher is very close to him.
Yeah, Cypher is really close. And we'll keep an eye on Kinichi and Aure, that Cypher and Kuruk are closer.
Kinichi is approaching Aure again on the straight.
And yeah, they are coming for the main straight, so let's see if Aure can stay in front of Kinichi. Remember,
Kinichi almost seems that purposefully.
Red Battle went wide behind. And yeah, Kenichi brakes really late on that corner.
Oh,
And yeah,
Cypher.
Cypher in the sand. And Rada stays ahead. And as we see Jacob making the move on Marcos as they're catching up to the Super Cups. Oh, contact between the two, and Jacob sends flying. And he did roll. He rolled. He's still driving. His car is fine.
Oh, Ratapata has also crashed. Oh, he's going. Oh, Marcos very narrowly avoids him.
And he has some wheel damage. Ratapato has wheel damage.
Yeah, also Jacob is avoiding him. Ratapata is going into the pits
Okay,
to
Jacob's car
repair
is
his
fine,
car.
even with this bare roll, but he will be fine. Rada isn't.
Cypher and Kuruk are battling again.
Cypher
Cypher
on the
going around
inside.
the inside on turn 4.
Oh, he cut the corner. He cut the
Yeah,
corner.
he
He
cut
might
the
have,
corner.
and there's no penalty for him. Oh yes, there is. He had a penalty.
As
Had to stop.
Marcos is going to lap them all.
Yeah, Marco stays behind. He's losing time. And he's going between the
Oh,
two. Oh, that's pretty dangerous, but that works. But he lost some time, and Jacob had go up a bit. We'll see
yeah,
what.
Kuruk maybe didn't realize there were blue flags in that moment.
Yeah. No, actually in the rules it said that the all 300s need to operate a smart overtake. The Super Cups don't have to move out of the way. Because they're racing.
Yeah.
That's like in real WEC. They need to.
Yeah, Cypher did move out of the way though.
As we see that Marcos is now overtaking Kenichi and Ore. Zigzagging between those cars. And Jacob is in the sand trap. He might have some wing damage because of the crash. That was a really big crash, actually. Skuruk is right behind him. I think Jacob has some problems. He might have some wheel damage. Oh yeah, he really struggles to exit that sand. He has the punctures.
Oh, Cypher going for a move on Kuruk on the airpin. He goes down the
Unfortunately,
inside and he pulls the move out.
yeah, we missed this unfortunately. Yeah, I think Jacob retired. Unfortunately, second retirement of the season. That's a shame for him. That's a shame. But that's racing. This stream will be saved, so you could watch the crash again, and you will notice what happened. So Marcos is again the only all 300 driver, so he will end up first in that category, but he needs to finish the race to have the all the points. As Kenichi is pretty far off Ore now, he might have made a mistake. And Cypher is third. Hook is fourth. Red Battle is fifth. And Kenichi appears sixth on my screen, but yeah, he's second.
Yeah, on the Super Cup leaderboard, he is second, right behind Or.
Yeah, and that's my leaderboard that bugs.
Yeah, the Raceleague leaderboard on steroids.
So we have a battle between Kuruk and Cypher, as Kuruk is really close to Cypher. And yeah, they take that corner really slow compared to the R300s. That corner is really slow for the Super Cups. Your front wing got stuck on your tie. I was just going. Maybe he had wing damage and he just like broke because of the speed, or maybe he hit the road and then broke. That might be that. That's a shame. You were doing well, but we saw you rolling. You 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 will. I think you will need to watch the crash again, because from our perspective, we just saw you rolling in the background. That was a pretty big crash. As Kuruk is now losing some time against Cypher, I will just look at Kinichi's stream to see the lap count.
Or is driving very aggressively on
I
his
think Kinichi is no
laps.
longer driving. Wait. Oh, the stream was late. Sorry. The stream was.
Yeah, it couldn't be possible anyway.
So Kinichi is on lap 8 actually. So that means Muham's on lap 9. No, he's on lap 8 too. Sorry, I'm confused parts of the track. And Rada had a big crash. Rada, really big crash. I saw that on his stream. He has broken. He can't drive anymore. I think he can drive. Yeah. Everything's broken on his car. Rear right
Very
control arm,
unfortunate.
front right control arm radiator.
Yeah, very unfortunate for the Spanish driver.
We will have another DNF. Oh, I think Marcos hit him. We might need to. I will look back for the stream to see what happened there. Oh yeah, Marcos was coming behind. Let's see what happened. Yeah, Rada Battle retired. And yeah, Marcos went into Rada's back, and Rada rolled. That will be penalized for sure. But I don't have all the perspective, so I'll see. But that was pretty hard. That was a hard hit.
He'll need to be penalized in a place penalization, because being the only two drivers in the R300, Jacob and Marcos, even if they were given some time penalties, they'll still be still finish 1-2 on the R300 leaderboard. So he'll need to be given some serious penalty for it.
One lap of
Kurup
finish
is into the
doesn't.
pits. Kurup is into the pits and
Yeah,
made his pit
Cypher
stop.
and Cypher gained this position back. So we're just informed that one of Kinishi's lap does not count, so he's actually on lap 12.
Marcos does the fastest lap in 1 minute and 6.
1 minute 6 seconds for Marcos, that's pretty fast. As Kinichi is now in front of Ore, I think Ore pitted. That was a bike. So Kinichi is now in front of Ore. I think Kinichi pitted. No, Ore pitted, sorry.
Oh, Cypher going wide in the last section.
Be careful with that, Kuruk is not that far behind. As Cypher is entering that last corner. Where's Kuruk? He's on the last corner too. The grid, like it is spaced, but we don't have too much gaps between the drivers.
Marcos doing lapping the Super Cups again, starting by Kuruk.
Yep, and he will now go for Cypher. Careful. And he done that properly, as we can see. Kinichi and Mulham going into the last section. Kinichi still
Ichi
ahead.
goes into the pits.
Yeah, he goes into the pits, and now Ore is claiming his position back.
Kenichi may be doing longer stints than Ore because he managed to save his tires more. Ore is driving very aggressively. I've noticed him sliding in more corners than Kenichi.
Also, Ore is on controller, so that might play a big role in this.
Yeah, the driving style of Ore is very aggressive in general, and the fact that he's driving on controller doesn't help him.
Yeah, and that track is pretty fine with the tires, but if we had raced Dudelange, he would have destroyed his tires. As Marcos overtaking Kinichi, and he's now going for Marcos. And Ore is entering the last section. Ore is entering the last section, and he has a big advantage on Kinichi now. Because Kinichi is just entering that last couple of corners. He might have a free pit stop. Because he almost caught up to Kinichi before Kinichi pitted. So he might have a free pit stop. Maybe his strategy will be efficient, driving fast and then pitting. Because he's gaining a lot of time. Let's go back to Cypher and Kuruk to see if they are far from each other. And no, Kuruk is not that far. If Cypher makes a mistake, he might be overtaken. So you really need to be careful.
Kuruk is only one turn behind Cypher in general, so he could very much be able to overtake.
So Marcos defend himself of Redavedo's accusation by saying that he netcoded. And that might be that's the problem when judging Raceleague's penalties. There's a lot of netcodes in this game still, so we really need to look after if Marcos has his POV. We'll see, and we could like judge that properly. I think Kuruk is catching up to Cypher a bit. Oh yeah, it's, Cypher locked up, and Kuruk is catching up a bit, so Cypher needs to be careful. As we can see, Ore having more than the big straight of advantage on Kinichi. I think he does have a free pit stop, as we can see here. Cypher and Kuruk.
Kuruk and Cypher are the only battle on track for now.
Yes, because Ore and Kinichi, between those two is more it's more a strategic battle. Oh, and Cypher goes
Cypher
wide.
has gone wide.
And
yeah.
Kuruk is taking that opportunity to catch up. He now has.
He's very close now with the slipstream.
Yes, and he might go for the move
Cypher.
here. And
Cypher defense. Oh, that was nasty.
That was nasty, but no crash. That's racing. That's hard but fair. And Kuruk lose a bit of time here.
So Kuruk has a very good exit through that turn. Now he has the slipstream.
Yeah.
He might overtake at turn 4 after these couple of corners.
Yes. We know that the slipstream on the Super Cup is not that big, but that will be enough for Kuruk to take that opportunity. I ran the outside of Cypher. Will he manage to stay in front? And no, Cypher has a better launch down that corner, but Kuruk has now the inside line. Again, on the outside. And Kuruk...
Now Kuruk is gonna have the slipstream of Cypher on this big straight.
On that... And that will be on that big hairpin. And he's going for it on the outside. And no! He's going behind. He will have the switch back. And Kuruk overtook Cypher. Great racing here. Now Cypher will have to respond to Kuruk. And he's showing in the mirrors, braking to take a bit of a... Oh, and Kuruk spins! And that... Oh, and Cypher got caught up off guard, but he's good. And Marcos overtook Kuruk. By that, he's now entering to the pits. Kuruk,
very unfortunate for Kuruk.
Yeah.
Very important for Kuruk for that spin. Those green parts of the curves are very deadly.
Yeah, that was a really, really good overtake from Kuruk. But unfortunately, he spun.
The tension might have gone to him in that moment.
Yeah. So Kinichi is entering the hairpin, as Ore is now entering the S's, the slow S's. So you can see how big the gap is between those two, as Ore is still driving for another lap. And Ore is now entering lap 19.
Oh, Cypher spins on the hairpin.
Oh, yeah, we saw that. So Kuruk is now ahead. And Marcos is catching up and now lapping him. Cypher spun. So Kuruk needs to be careful because they destroyed their tires by doing those spins.
Well, at least now they are equal amount of spins between them.
Yeah, they're even. But we need to see how is it going, because Cypher's spin was bigger. So we really need to see if how tire wear is going, and I think Cypher got a penalty here. As Ore entering the fast S's, now exiting them. Will he go?
Ore, I think Ore is gaining time on Kinichi. I think he is far further from Kinichi than before.
Yeah, and he's doing another lap, so his tires are still good. So Kinichi will really have to catch up if he wants that first place. And he now has some tough competition. Cypher is... Cypher caught up a bit to Kuruk. Kuruk had maybe made a mistake. Cypher is not that far from the slipstream of Kuruk, so Kuruk needs to be really careful. And yeah, Kuruk is going around that corner.
Yeah, Cypher is catching up very quickly again to Kuruk.
I think that his tires did not wear that much, because he's now in the slipstream. I think he might have some bits of slipstream.
Yeah, he's definitely in the slipstream.
So he will probably catch up.
He breaks very late, Cypher, in relative to Kuruk.
You have to be careful with tire wear by doing that. But he might have an opportunity at the end of the straight. Oh, and it goes a bit wide.
He could try again on the second straight following the hairpin.
Yeah, and he will have a great launch, because that's a really wide line. He has a good launch on Kuruk, as he is now catching up with the slipstream. And they really need to be careful on those easy S's. Kuruk spun because of the curbs.
They're now very close to each other, and Cypher goes into the pits.
Cypher's going into the pits. His tires are dead. and I'm curious to see. And yeah, Moham pitted, but he went out in front of Kinichi. So he had a free pit stop, and that's bad news for Kinichi, as he has now to pit, but already don't. Sorry, excuse myself. And yes, Aure has brand new tires. Cypher and Kuruk. And Cypher lost quite a lot of time on Kuruk with his pit stop. So
Kuruk might have to pit this lap though.
yeah, because we know that they on the first pit stop they pit not that far from each other. Like I think Kuruk pit maybe 1 or 2 laps after.
Yeah,
And
Kuruk goes into the pits.
Oh, he hit the inside wall. No damage for him, fortunately.
We're gonna see now if Cypher managed to overtake him, but he'll probably manage to do so as Kuruk is now into this pit box doing his pit stop.
Yeah.
Marcos is lapping Cypher. Oh, he waits for Cypher to go. Oh, it's gonna be a maybe side by side.
That will be
No.
close. No, not side by side. Oh fuck, Marcos!
Oh, Marcos is spinning.
Marcos spun, and it is still driving, but his front wing is heavily damaged. He's still driving. Remember, if you want.
Oh, Cypher has gone wide. Cypher has gone wide. He cut a bit of the S's going into the straight. Now Kuruk is very close to him.
Yeah, we are following that. Remember, if you want full points, you need to finish the race. That will be really interesting to see, because if it does so, it will have a huge lead on Jacob.
Kuruk might go for a move here, or very risky. It doesn't go for a move on the S's.
He will wait until the last corner, I think.
As Marcos is reaching them again to lap them.
Yes. He will try again. Hopefully he will not end up spinning.
Kuruk going for a move on the outside maybe of turn 1. No, he doesn't.
Does not. And Marcos is now lapping him at the very same place. He spun. Oh, and Kuruk is going for the move. He's a bit behind, so he needs to be careful, and he will have a much better exit, I think. And no. So I was wrong here. He does not have a better exit.
Yeah, he spun a bit on turn 4, but he does catch up with the slipstream. He now goes for a move on the inside of Cypher.
Yes, he's going for it. Cypher is taking the outside line. And Kuruk stays ahead. Will he manage not to spin like last time, because that's the same place? He really needs to be careful here. And he manages to keep
Oh, but Cypher was almost going for a move there, Cypher, on the last couple of corners.
Cypher wants that place back. We're talking about the podium. As Ore still has a good lead.
Cypher goes for a move on the inside of Kuruk on turn 4. He brakes later.
And Kuruk goes for the switchback. Oh, really good switchback from Kuruk.
But now Cypher has the slipstream into the straight before the hairpin of 9 and 10. He goes very inside and he goes for it.
Kuruk goes wide. And
they're side by side.
And Marcos is lapping them again.
Cypher brakes later and he makes the move, but Kuruk might do a switchback.
No, he don't. But he has the slipstream and is now making a hole for Marcos to go through. And Marcos waiting. Marcos is waiting behind.
Oh, Cypher goes wide.
Oh yeah, big hit for Cypher.
Yeah, he has damage.
Yeah,
Cypher has damage. He's
yeah,
going to the
will
pits.
damage. Will damage for Cypher. And
Very
he,
unfortunate. That ends the battle between the two.
the race still long. Kinichi is on lap 25th. So Muham, as he's getting penalty, I see on his stream.
Kinichi goes into the pits.
And yeah, indeed, he has his tires are at 30%. Moham is now lapping Cypher, and he has a really good lead now, but he might have to pit again. Let's see, where's Marcos? Marcos is now entering the last section, and he goes for another lap. I think Marcos is managing his tires well, because I wasn't expecting the all 300 to do that amount of laps without pitting.
Yeah, he's also using the wheel, which helps a lot with tire wear.
I think Cypher has an opportunity to catch up to Kuruk. He has the slipstream of Ore and brand new tires. So Kuruk might be pitting soon.
Cypher might be able to unlap himself from Ore.
When Ore will pit, of course. But I don't think he will be fast enough to unlap himself on track.
Well, this slipstream of the Ore definitely helps keeping him very close to him.
No,
Oh,
that was a bug, I think.
yeah.
Because the car went really high in the sky. In Kuruk, we see Kuruk on the return straight. And yeah, Cypher goes really wide here. As Kuruk is now entering the slow S's. And he's still not pitting. And he'll need to be careful, because Cypher is really using Ore to keep up and catch up to him. As Ore is entering lap 28. 28th lap for Ore. I think Marcos might be on lap 40. Marcos might be on lap 40.
Marcos is going to lap Kenichi.
Let's see how it goes. And yes,
He overtakes him cleanly.
down the straight, pretty clean.
You can see there the speed difference that the Riyadh and the Super Cup have.
Yeah, that's
Exiting the second and third term, Marcos was very far ahead in terms of speed.
yeah, he's really far now, and he overtook Kinichi not that long ago. Let's see if Cypher is still keeping up. And yeah, Cypher is not dropping out of Kinichi.
Cypher is really managing to keep the pace of Ore and might be able to catch Kuruk if he continues like this.
Yes, let's see in photo mode. Yeah, he's definitely catching up. He's definitely catching up, as yeah, Ore has more than a free pit stop again. He's really fast on that track. Still, he needs to not do a lot of mistakes, because there's still more than an hour to go. He really needs to be careful. And Marcos is catching up to Cypher and Ore. Skuruk is now entering the fast S's.
Marcos is going to lap Cypher and Aura.
Yes. He's right behind Cypher and he waits. He knows he has nothing to lose, so he waits. Marcos is now in front and he will have to lap Kuruk as Kenichi is entering the main straight.
Yeah, Cypher and Aura are definitely catching up to Kuru. They're very closer now.
Indeed. And Jacob publishes a really funny graphic. That's a really graphic. Really funny, sorry. Like, let me show you. Where is it? So as you can see,
Ooh, Aura is going to the pits.
yeah, we'll see how how is it going for him. Let me just wait that.
Kenichi is not going to be able to catch him. He's very far away.
Yeah, he's too far. Yeah, he's too far. As Aura is leaving the pit, I think he might have almost 2-3 pit stops. On side,
Kenichi's strategy might not have gone to plan
I
as
think,
he intended.
yeah, I think he made a really economical setup, but Aura is just so much faster in terms of race pace that he can pit every lap if you maybe not every lap, but you understood me. He can pit a lot but still be able to stay in front. Cypher is now catching up to Kuruk. His
Yeah,
strategy
I was gonna
worked.
say that. Yeah, I was gonna say that they are now in the last section and they're probably about 1-2 seconds off each other.
Remember that Kuruk will have to pit before Cypher, I think. So Cypher might have fixed his mistake because now he will be on the same pit window as Kuruk. Because we noticed that Kuruk has better tire management than Cypher. Let's see how Kuruk. Yeah, you can see he's really not far. And Kuruk goes wide on that corner. Cypher will more than likely catch up. Let's see how it is going. Kenichi is on lap 32, so that's the same for Ore at the moment. But I don't know for Marcos. And Cypher is really faster, he's really catching up.
Kuruk might be saving his tires, and he goes into the pits now.
And
As
Cypher
well as
follows him.
Cypher.
He really... I think maybe he has better tires, but he wants to be on the same pit window as Kuruk. And yeah, Cypher will exit behind. Kuruk is exiting right behind Ore, so he might have the slipstream. Oh no, never mind, he's too far. But Cypher will maybe have Kuruk slipstream. And let's see how it is going for Marcos. Still fine, still driving. Oh,
Cypher very close now onto the straight following the turn 9-10 of the hairpin.
And Kuruk goes a bit wide here. Cypher is now... yeah, he's really faster. I think that that might be why Kuruk has better tire management, because he's actually a bit slower than Cypher. He showed that he has the pace, so I think that as long as Kuruk is not behind, he's really protecting his tires.
Yeah, so now Cypher is going to make a move, maybe on turn 1. He shows himself in the mirrors, but doesn't go for it. He has another chance in turn 4.
Will it be enough for the Redbeard driver in turn 4? He's already showing himself into the mirrors.
They're very close now to each other. The straight and the hairpin might be his opportunity here.
Of course. As they are now entering this main straight.
They're side by side.
Side by side into the straight. And
And managed
Cypher
to overtake him.
Is in front before the corner, but Kuruk goes into the inside. Oh,
bit of contact.
No damage. As Marcos is catching up, but Kinichi is catching up to Kuruk and Cypher as well. And Kuruk is now behind Cypher, so let's see what he will do to get that position back. As Kinichi is following them into lap 35. So Cypher and Kuruk are on lap 36. No, 34.
Kuruk
my bad.
Kuruk, with the help of Cypher's slipstream, might just be able to make his pace the same, but gain on the straights and remain close to Cypher, even though he is maintaining a slower pace.
And Marcos
is yeah.
He's now overtaking them. But I think, like, maybe not in this case.
Oh, Kuruk goes for a move.
Oh, and Cypher, and he got Cypher here. As Cypher is now cutting the small left.
Cypher has taken the escape road, but Kuruk has managed to take his position back. Cypher has now he spins. Cypher almost spins, and he has lost a bit of time to Kuruk. He now has to redo all of his work to regain that third place.
Yeah, but I think he has the pace to do so. So we'll see. As we can see, Kinichi is not that far behind with his Iron Maiden livery.
Marcos is going to overtake Murhan to lap him.
You can see the difference of speed. That's why I was... the difference of speed might not be that big if a prototype comes out. Maybe a prototype will have a better top speed, but not...
Kuruk goes wide. Kuruk goes wide in the turns following the straight, and now Cypher is going for a move on the airplane.
Going for the move.
But Kuruk goes for the switchback.
And Cypher takes the exit road again.
Yeah, Cypher is forced to take the escape road again.
Be careful to leave the space. As Cypher is trying to catch up. And he has a better exit. Going into the slow S's, the last corner. And now into the main straight. Will he be able to overtake in the first corner?
He won't go for a move there. Maybe he will go for a move on turn 4.
Yeah, we will go for turn 4. Let's see.
He shows himself in the mirrors.
And he will go for the move in turn 8, 9.
Yeah, with this straight, he is now catching very quickly with the slipstream.
And Kuruk goes wide.
Side by side. Yeah, Kuruk is forced wide, it seemed, by Cypher.
He's really feeling the pressure, and Cypher goes down the inside of Kuruk. And Kuruk... and no, Cypher stays ahead. He played that smart. But will Kuruk be able to... Cypher close the door on the outside? We can see that the driver really precise in this section. Let's see where Kenichi is. Yeah, he lost some time. I think Kenichi pitted. Yeah, Kenichi definitely pitted. He's really far from Ore. Now Ore has two free pit stops. As we can see, Kuruk and Cypher going side by side, almost. Down turn 4.
They're gonna have another chance in the hairpin again. As Kuruk goes a bit wide.
Yeah, but he has the slipstream.
Goes for it inside.
Yeah, and he goes for it. And he will stay ahead, but Cypher will try to get him. And no, that won't be enough, unfortunately, for Cypher. He shows himself in the mirrors.
Unless they wanna... if they wanna end this battle, some of the two have to come up with something creative as an overtake spots. They are always overtaking the same spots. Someone has to come up with something new to make this battle end.
We'll see, because the two biggest overtaking spots on this track are turn 4 and the hairpin. But maybe Cypher can operate like an overtake on the last turn to surprise Kuruk, as he is now.
They're now. Yeah.
That was pretty close, and Kuruk went on the outside. Oh!
Oh, Cypher goes wide!
And Cypher, yeah, he has damage. Oh yeah, his wheel is completely off. And he has half the lap to do before... I think he might have a puncture. As both his front wheels are either damaged or completely destroyed. And yeah, he really struggles to drive now.
We should probably go for a yellow flag in this case.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not for now. He's really carefully stays on outside the track, and he leaves space. So I think that will be fine, because no one is coming for now.
Marco slapping Kenichi again.
We no need to yellow flag this, and but we will do a new rule section for that case. That's the prologue season that's here for that test, to see what is missing.
Kuruk always seems to go a bit wide on the last turns before the straight before the hairpin.
Right, and Cypher is now into the pits. That's a shame for the Red Beard driver. As Ore will lap him again.
Marco's approaching very fast to Kuruk.
Yeah. And yeah, Cypher lost a lap. Almost a lap with this mistake, so the battle is ended. And Cypher is in the pits. Any DNFs, he couldn't reach his speed box. I'm retiring. Cypher retires, which means that
Very unfortunate for him. Very unfortunate for him. He had a very great battle with Kuruk.
Yeah. So the standings will remain unchanged, I think. But Kuruk will surely catch up to to him as yeah, he's typing on Discord his disappointment. That's very unfortunate for him.
Oh, he's well disconnected.
Ah, he's well disconnected. That's why I thought about the puncture. So in that case, I think that yeah, Kuruk will take his position, will overtake him in the championship standings. So yeah,
Kuruk goes into the pits.
when that happens, it's like you have a random mechanical failure. As Kuruk is now entering the pits, like you said. I need to get my get back next race.
Unless Sora has a very big crash, it might be impossible for Kenichi to catch him up.
Yeah, let's see. So Kinichi is now entering turn 4, and RA is at the hairpin. So yeah, that will be really difficult for him, as Marcos is still driving really fast.
Although Kuruk is approaching Kenichi.
Yes, but Kinichi is a lap ahead, so he really needs to be careful, because crashing in these conditions can be heavily penalized. So with no battle going, I propose you to watch a lap with Kenichi. Let's say you just started this lap, as he has really smooth lines to protect the tires with that beautiful Iron Maiden livery with the name of the track in the font of the album. And he's now entering the big straight, really long straight, and after we'll do a lap with Marcos to like compare the two. Kinshi says he can't catch or probably miscalculated and said lap and speed. Yeah, that's why we thought Ari is really going for, that's a really different strategy. Oh, and Kenichi, he spins! Oh, that's a big hit for Kenichi. No damage, fortunately for him.
No, yeah, it doesn't have damage for now.
Yeah, it doesn't have damage. And we'll see a lap with Marcos as he's catching up to the cars in front. So Marcos is now entering the lap. First corner. He's really faster on that first corner. Oh, small hit with Kuruk, but no problem. He's now entering that fourth turn. Yeah, that's really fast. So you can see the difference of speed, mostly on the throttle and aerodynamics. The top speed is quite different too, but you can't see that very much on that track because none of these cars can reach their top speed on that track, and that's already finished for Marcos. So you can really see how fast an open wheeler in this game is compared to the other cars.
Yeah, the Super Cup barely manages to reach over 200 kilometers an hour, while the RL 300 can easily go over 230 kilometers an hour. So that's a neat speed difference for Marcos.
Yeah, I think I think the biggest speed that I reached with an R300 on a road track, I mean, and not on an oval when you can reach the top speed easily, is maybe 250 kilometers an hour, which is only 10 kilometers below the top speed, but the track was an airport, so that might be that. So that was there was really big straights. And Marcos really wants the track record here, I think. Like, he has nothing
As
to
he
lose.
goes, yeah, he goes into the couple of corners now, following turn 3, going for the heavy braking zone into turn 4, and now passing into turn 5 and turn 6, a very first S's, following turn 7 and turn 8. The similar to Istanbul corners, I will say.
Mm.
And then following, we have the very sharp hairpin up ahead of turn 9 and 10, which drivers usually brake very late to have a very late apex.
And overtake as he
And
is
now,
catching already.
yeah, he goes into the final section, left, right, left of the S's, now into another left of braking zone, another chicane, and now into the final corner as he makes a lap around Riyadh.
Hmm. That track was made for that car because we can see it. And that overtake was really clean. As we can see, there's the Formula R logo on the track, right on the hairpin, as we can where Kuruk is exiting, like here, because this track is in the Formula R calendar. So when Formula R race will start here, we will can compare could compare the lap times because the setups will not be the same. Formula R are really shorter races, so that will be interesting to
But
see.
yeah, Marcus could gain a lot of experience from this race as it goes into the pits.
Mm. He goes into the pit, and Ore again has a free pit stop advantage on Kinichi as he is heading to the pits. He almost hit the wall, but he is now into the pits, and he's stopping.
You can really see the difference of Ore and Kinichi to everyone else. They've had very few crashes in respect to Kuruk and Cypher. They're maintaining it very clean. Kinichi has only spun one time, and I don't think I ever seen Ore ever spin or make a mistake.
Ore is really a robot this race. He does the same lap every lap. That's terrifying.
He is the Max Verstappen of the Super Cup.
Yeah. I think if you need to compare, if you have to compare Super Cup drivers in this game to like past or present drivers, as there is a small mistake on Ore's livery. I need to correct it. Um, if you need to compare them to present or past drivers, Ore will be like Ayrton Senna or Max Verstappen, and Kinichi will be more like Alain Prost because of his racecraft. Like, he really calculates everything. He showed me what he does to prepare a race. Oh, as he almost spins here. But I was really impressed by how he prepares the race. And he is going into the pits. His tires are dead. And Kinichi is now on lap 49, which means that Ore is also on lap 49. So
Kuruk might be able to catch Kinichi. He's closer now with Kinichi in the pits on the main straight now. Kuruk.
we'll see what happens because we know that last race Cypher and Kenichi raced under blue flags because they were on the VC and it was just there like let's have a bit of racing. So I don't know what will happen, but I know that Kuruk and Kenichi are in the same VC. As Cypher say, I'll be back in Wahatan, and that's what I wanted to hear. That would be really good.
Oh. Uruk and Nichan both now in the herping.
Mm.
Marcos is catching them up quickly.
Yeah, he might make. He might lose a bit of time. What am I saying? Is he doesn't have anything to lose. No, he might make Kenichi or Kuruk lose a bit of time by overtaking them. So we'll see. That will be interesting. As Ore is still alone in front.
Marcos now lapping Kuruk.
Yeah, and he is now going for Kenichi. You can see that I think that Super Cups needs to lift a bit here to enter this straight, while the R300 can just take the corner flat out.
It really depends on the setup of the Super Cup. The Super Cup can take that corner flat if it has a very cambered wheels or a very front wing. Like it could very depend on the setup.
And the speed you carried entering the corner. And Marcos is speeding, so he didn't overtake Kenichi, and we'll have to overtake. Wait. Wait, I don't know if he. Yeah, he peeled. Because I don't saw how far he was ahead of Kenichi. I thought he just like did a drive-through penalty. Yeah, Kenichi is now building a gap with Kuruk, so Kuruk will not catch up. Let me see what lap Kenichi is in. So Kenichi is in lap 51, and with the slipstream he can actually catch an Howard 300 in the straights. The slipstream works really well, because I just saw on the straight and on his live stream that he was able to catch up.
You can really start seeing the racing line now from all the tire maps on the racetrack and all the spins that everyone has made during the race.
Indeed, you can see that they go really wide at the exit of that corner, like Kenichi just did. But on some part of the track there's not that much black lines. Here you can see them. Here too, because it's really like it's a really big corner, and that's really a really hard corner for the tires. Yeah, Kuruk is really far. Moham is now entering another lap. So if anyone on the stream can tell me which lap Marcos is in, that will be interesting to see how many laps remains in this race. It's a shame that the TV camera sometimes bugs on this track, because on some parts the TV camera is just so good. On that hairpin, for example. because it's any track here is different, so the game has a method to put the TV camera, but it don't work that well on every track, so that's why some tracks are very bad when you look at it, but when you're driving in, they're awesome. As Marcos is now catching up to Ore again, and that will be interesting because he will catch him going to the straight. So I really want to see if Ore can actually keep up with the slipstream. And Marcos is going for it on the inside, but he will have a much better racing, so we won't see if Ore can actually keep it with the slipstream. But I swear I saw Kenichi going more than 200, like almost 210 kilometers an hour with the slipstream.
The slipstream is very powerful in this game.
Yeah, especially with mixed cars, because slipstream does not act the same with every car. We know that, for example, the GG900, that's the name of the NASCAR for those who don't know, because there might be some people who don't know the game, but the GG900, so the NASCAR, has really strong slipstream. Like it's almost one and a half a second a lap. That's really powerful. Um, Meanwhile, the RX car has a really weak slipstream. Where's Kuruk? Kuruk is in the S.
Marcos is catching up to Kuruk.
Oh yeah, we see that. And Marcos is going for it, and he is now in front as Marcos enters the pits.
I guess Marcos just wanted to cause a little annoyance to Kuruk in that case.
Yeah, that's pretty smart for him. I think he wants to go for the fastest lap. Yeah, he's waiting into the pits to have a small gap so he can have the fastest lap easily. I really like the tire design. Like, I know I made them, but I really like them. It looks good. Especially on the R300.
Oh, Kuruk is slowing down on the straight.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know, I just turned to him
Okay, that
and
might be a deck connection of the steering wheel or controller. That should be fine. But Marcos lost a bit of time, actually. He needs to overtake Ore quick if he wants the fastest lap. And yeah, he's really careful about that. He remembers what happened with Ralapato. So I will be curious to have Marcos be Marcos's POV and Ore is going to the pits, because that might actually be netcode that costs Ralapato to DNF.
we'll see if Marcos managed to make the fastest lap now.
Yeah,
His current fastest lap is a 1 minute and 6 tenths.
almost 7. I think that's a bug, but I see him cutting the corner. But I think that's a bug.
Yeah, that's just netcode. He is on 279 milliseconds of lag. So,
Mm. And I think he had a penalty because he slowed down a bit. We'll see. If he's speeding at the end of the lap, that means he had a penalty. Yeah, I think he had a penalty. He will do the fastest lap right after. he makes the show for everyone. And now he's going. Entering that fourth turn here. We'll be following him, TV camera. That TV camera on those corners is really good. He's really going for it. He's really fast. Entering the S's. Oh, he went wide here.
Yeah, he does not do the fastest lap for now.
He went wide into the S's. And I'm thinking he can still do it. I think he can.
Oh, Kuruk has been lapped by Ore. Oh, Ore has a bit of a spin on the last section.
Marcos will lap Kinichi soon, so he really needs to be careful about it.
Ore was the fastest lap for the Super Cup.
112.6, that's really fast considering he had a bit of a spin, like you said. And that's the absolute track record, I think, even faster than qualifying.
Kuruk going wide. He will not
Marcos, he's not improving. He's not improving.
Maybe with the help of Kinichi's slipstream could improve.
Nah, he's waiting.
Yeah, he is waiting, yeah.
So Kuruk is not behind, alright.
With the advantage of speed that Marcos has, he could very useful. The Super Cup slipstream could be very useful to him.
Yeah. But like I said, I've seen Kinichi taking Marcos' slipstream to get an advantage.
Oh, it's Marcos spins.
Marcos spins. Oh yeah, he hit the wall. Yeah, he bent half of his car. Bended. Let's see, I didn't saw who was in DC. Okay, so actually in the same voice chat there's Ore, Kuruk, Kinichi, and Jacob. So Jacob is still talking with them. So I think that Jacob is playing engineer role. I don't know, he's not in the lobby. My bad. Marcos is really fast in that section. And again, it does not improve. So maybe he's not going for the fastest lap as we thought. So I don't know why he waited into the pits.
Kinichi goes into the pits.
Yep. Let's see on this stream how his tires are. Yeah, he has a puncture. He actually has a puncture.
Or I might almost manage to lap Kinichi even if he continues to have this enormous pace advantage.
If he does so, he will have lapped every car in the race, which is a big performance. And Marcos is going into the pits. Oh, and he
Oh,
spins
spins in the
into the
pits.
pits. Actually, I'm not doing any rain for now because that's a prologue season, so I want to experience everything the best conditions. I'll be Cypher 28 lol. 8 person on live. So I want to experience everything in the best conditions, but be careful because next season there might be random weather the or I might put rain. So I don't know. I need. I still need to watch if there is a random weather option and stuff. But if it is, be careful for the next season. Cause remember that's the prologue.
And we're seeing very competitive drivers in the prologue.
Yeah. So I have big hopes for season one, considering this small season is already very close before the crashes, but and Jacob is now devastated hearing I'm sudden when weather is on low. No, don't worry. Remember, you wear the wet tires on the Stokosa. Remember that. For those who don't know, that's a bit of a private joke. Not worry. But you'll be good on under the rain. Trust me. You will be the Max Verstappen of the game, operating outside overtakes in the rain. Let's get back to TV camera.
Marcus going back and forth towards every part of the track. He might be preparing to do a hot lap.
I don't know, but it might be at the end of the race too, because Kenichi is now in lap 62. And I think Ore lapped Kenichi with his pit stop. Ore has now lapped every car in the race.
Yeah, Ore has managed to lap every car.
Ore is really fast. Like he for sure shows that he's a good title contender. So we'll see because he will catch up a lot. But if Kinishi manages to like be second and Ore first every race, he might still win the championship. But I don't know. So that will be interesting to see. Marcos now entering the last section. I think it might be in the last couple of laps because lapped all the cars a lot. So I think he might have maybe like two, oh no, not the heli camera. Well, maybe 1 or 2 laps remaining as he's lapping Kenichi again. Marcos is now in front of Kenichi. So let's see he finishes the race. And no, he's still going. So he still have laps there's still laps remaining in this race. And he's really like he's really enjoying these laps. As we can see, he went like zigzagging the straights. Oh wait, I didn't saw, but in the chat he told the laps. Oh fuck. Oh sorry. The setup is so bad. 54, 74. So I don't know which lap he is in, but he was in 74 not so long ago.
Or has pitted. He's going out of the pits now.
And Marcos manages to take the fastest lap. Let's see if he can improve.
He improved from a 1 minute and 6 tenths, almost 7 tenths, to a 1 minute and 4 tenths.
Maybe he can go under the minute. Let's see. That would be interesting to see if he can go under the minute. He's sliding.
He's really celebrating those laps.
Yeah.
But don't celebrate too soon, as you might bring that luck to yourself.
Yeah. One day he will celebrate because he will have won with some closer competition. No offense to Jacob, but he was a bit alone this race.
He would have been pretty alone even if Jacob could remain in the race. He's very fast.
Yeah, I think he will have ended up to gap Jacob, because Jacob was catching up, but I think he was really using his tires to do so. Like in Lemon Biscotti, he really destroyed his tires in the first stint. But oh, I think I know why Marcos is complaining about the setup. It might be because there's still a bug. When you go into the pits, you have a chance that your setup reset to the base one.
Yeah, that's still a problem that plagues this game from a bit of time now.
The game is getting better. And Jacob told me actually it was quite close. The first lap didn't push too much. We might. So we could have a close race between Marcos and Jacob. That could have been interesting, but yeah, fortunately we know what happened. So I think he will be back in what happened, but the game said no. Exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jacob isn't very as much consistent as Marcos.
Yeah.
As he goes into the pits now.
I swear, if he goes into the pits because it's the last lap and he will finish into the pits, that will be really funny. Oh no, it's just changing his tires again. Wait, he's typing into the show. 10 laps remaining. 10 laps remaining, so he's on lap 79. Oh, okay, he's notifying every pit. So 10 laps remaining, only 10 minutes left in this race. Let's inform mode. So Kuruk is still driving, but Kenichi is catching up to him, so he will lap him again. And Ore is really far in front again. TV camera. Nine laps remaining now. And Kinichi is catching Kuruk. Maybe there will be a bit of racing here.
Nietzsche could very likely catch Kuruk, but with a few laps remaining, it will be a battle right on the last laps.
Yeah, that will be a battle to the line. But, I mean, he's already in front of Kuruk. He's battling to lap him again. And now entering that start-finish straight. Will he be able to lap Kuruk? As Marcos is closing the gap. 8 laps remaining.
Kinichi now on the main straight with the help of the slipstream gonna overtake.
Yeah, that's really long straight. And I think, yeah, there will definitely be racing. Kuruk is not moving out of the way. So we'll have a bit of racing in this last couple of laps. Even if there's no, like, that's not a fight for position, that will be a good battle to watch. As we know that Kuruk has a bit of still has a bit of pace. Sorry, I can't talk today. And Kinichi on
Kinichi
the
has gone
inside.
into the side. Yeah, he has overtaken Kuruk.
And Marcos is right behind, watching that. Oh, and Kuruk almost spun.
Kuruk might have a move here on the straight again.
That will be interesting to see.
As he goes into the slipstream of Kinichi.
Let's see. And he's not going for it. He will wait for the other straight. Oh, and Kinichi has a much better exit. As Marcos entered another lap, so it's only 6 laps. He's entering another lap, sorry. So only 6 laps remaining. So they don't have a lot of time. As Ore is now into the hairpin. Marcos is now going to the main straight. Kinichi and Kuruk still following each other. So Kuruk into that straight, can he go for a move?
He's going very close with the slipstream. He goes for a move. Oh, he spins.
Oh yeah, that's a spin. I told you that car likes to spin and slide because of the weight distribution. He actually managed to keep it in one piece.
Yeah, he narrowly avoided any collision.
But I think Kinichi will have to pit because his tires is now 22% of degradation.
Kuruk also pits.
Both have dead tires. as Kinichi is really taking his time to exit the pit so Kuru can catch up a bit.
Yeah, Kinichi doesn't go for a very low gear to make his way out of the pits to maybe manage his tires, as now Kuruk goes for a move into turn 4 already, down the inside, and he makes the move.
Yeah, that was pretty clean from Kuruk. That's pretty clean. So let's see. Down that big straight, maybe Kinichi, yes, he can. And he's overtaking before the hairpin. But not fast enough.
Oh, Kuruk on the outside.
Oh, bit of contact between the two. And Kuru, oh,
Bit of a spin.
that was close. As Ore is catching up, Ore will maybe lap Kinichi again.
They're going to close in a few laps. Marcos is probably around lap 4 or 3.
Yeah. At the end.
As he goes into the pits.
Marcos is going into the pits.
This time might be going for the fastest lap then.
Yeah.
As Kuruk is behind Kinichi again.
Let's see what he is typing. Yeah, he didn't type. Whoop. That was some pretty close pit exit. Kuruk is still behind Kinichi, and he goes for a move on the inside, and he's now in front of Kinichi. But can Kinichi take the position back? Yes, he can. And no, he stays behind, because this place is not a safe overtaking spot.
Kinichi definitely wants to remain ahead, even if it's not a battle for positions.
Yeah. Maybe Kinichi will have a better exit there. Yes, he does. And he's going here into turn 4. Kuruk on the outside, Kinichi on the inside. Kuruk lose the position, but can Kinichi stay ahead?
Oh, Kuruk was wide. Oh, he has a bit of a spin there.
He lost a lot of time, and now Kinichi is alone in front of him. As Marcos is now entering that hairpin.
He might be down to his last 2 or 1 lap even.
I think so. And I think if he pitted, it had 2 laps. Maybe the weaving in the straight might be to say like, no. Imagine. Because we know him, we know he's capable of doing that. And Kinichi and Kuruk are battling, that's not helping Marcos getting the fastest lap.
Oh, as Kinichi, oh.
Oh. Yeah, they are battling. Sorry Marcos, you have to operate a smart overtake here, because that's a great battle we see between those two. And they're going side by side again. They are side by side. As Marcos is trying to get his way through.
Will Kinichi go for a heavy braking zone there? Will he brake later? No.
But he is on the inside.
Side by side, and Marcos.
Oh, Marcos tries. Be careful with that. And Ore is still not far.
As now Marcos goes for the overtake and he managed to get
through.
Oh,
and he manages to spin. Don't crash the car. Remember, you need to finish the race to have full points. And he's really, really slow. But I think that will be the end. Oh no, he still has one lap. Then he goes for it. He goes into
Oh,
the...
down the inside, very inside.
I mean, he can crash, yeah. He can crash, he can definitely crash, and if he crashes, and you won't, he will only get 15 points instead of 30.
Kinich has gone wide. Kuruk is going for a move down the airpin.
Yep. But Kinichi he's switching back.
Marcus has stopped on the racing line.
I
Almost.
think he wants them to end the battle. I think he wants them to end that battle before he ends the race. As they are now entering the last lap, and I think, yeah. Come on, Marcos, finish that race. You need
Already does the fastest lap for the Super
finish
Cup.
it, Marcos, please. Marcos, that's just dangerous, man. And yes, the race is now over. So they have 60 seconds left.
Was going to say that Ore has done the fastest lap for the Super Cup again.
Yeah, that was really, really fast from him. And now Kuruk is trying to get past Kinichi.
Oh, Kinichi has spun, and also Kuruk has spun.
Both are spun. And now Kinichi is going into the last couple of corners. Where's Ore though? And he is right behind, and he will come, and he will finish as the winner of this race.
Following Kinichi and Kuruk, which had a very close battle between them.
Yeah. I also remember the battle between Kuruk and Cypher. They had a really good battle so far.
Kuruk doing donuts. And yeah, we finished the race.
Yeah. So we will now be doing a post-race interview, but first I want to thank you, Joe, for commentating this race with me. That was really cool, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope we'll do that again another time. And so before I left, what did you thought about the race?
It was a very interesting race, I have to say. Even if at the end it was kind of boring, with already managing to gain such a lead up ahead on the Super Cups and Jacob retiring in the very first laps of the race. But we still have the very cool battles, as you said, between at the start with Cypher and Kuruk, and then Kuruk and Kinichi, and then also Ratapato, which did a great race at the start, but unfortunately was taken out by Marcus.
Yeah, that was very fun. Thank you for coming, Joe. And viewers, stay up. We're now going for post-race interview. Have a good day, Joe. So we'll now we'll not do interview. So I'm taking in the order of the response. Kuruk is the first one, so I'm moving Kuruk. Hello, Kuruk. Welcome to the interview. You had quite an interesting race. You had great battles with Cypher, and even in the end with Kenichi, even if that wasn't for position. But definitely, you had great battles with Cypher so far. So, what's your opinion about that race? How how was it for you?
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed racing with Cypher. Yeah, while it lasted,
Yeah, it
we
lasted
both.
quite a lot of laps.
Yeah, I think it would have lasted the entire race if he didn't have that accident.
Mm, yeah, it's well disconnected.
Yeah, he unfortunate, but yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
happens. It's like a mechanical failure. Let's say that.
yeah, you could say that.
But
Yeah, other than that, the race with Kenichi was more intentional from him. Like he let me because we were both bored.
yeah, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah,
So,
but
but yeah, I'm making small calculations in my head, because obviously I don't have all the points yet, but you you will overtake Cypher in the standings, and with Ore winning, but he will be close to you, but you will end up second in the standings, I think.
hmm.
While Ore will be third, and Kenichi will remain first.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. But yeah, if AREC comes to the third and fourth races, yeah, obviously he will overtake us.
Yeah, but you don't know what will happen.
Well, maybe I find the perfect setup.
Yeah, remember, look at what happened to Jacob at the beginning of the race.
Not
But
that I saw it.
yeah, right, he had a big role. So, Kuruk, thank you for coming. Have you anything to say to the chat before I move you back to the channel?
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed, and see you on the next race.
Thank you, Kuruk. And now we have Kinichi.
In
So, welcome, Kinichi. In these interviews,
Hey, dude.
how was your race? You had great battle with Ore at the beginning, uh, but maybe the strategy or the setup was not as you expected. But definitely it was.
Yeah. So with only 1 day to prepare for this race,
Hmm.
with it being a late change, I had already got a setup and a plan in mind to do very conservative runs. And if any time that someone had to pit more than me, they lose out. My miscalculation on that when we changed to this track is we have a very, very short pit lane here.
Yeah.
So, I could be doing 1.5 seconds slower than Ore a lap, but over a course of 10 laps, because the pit lanes, I was working out in the middle of the race. It was it if you had a 10-second advantage over someone, you were pit stop ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't have, yeah, I didn't have the. I had a very conservative strategy, which meant that even after I realized this around lap 30, I was putting in like fastest lap after fastest lap that I could do. I did not have the strategy to be able to match his speed, which meant that he just took off. It
Yeah.
was, I want to call it a miscalculation. Uh, it's a lack of preparation, is I think is a better analogy.
Yeah. I'm again sorry for that late change. We thought that the issues could be corrected in time.
Well, we all thought that, yeah.
Um, but hopefully that won't happen again with Wahatton and Riverbend. So, are you
Yeah.
looking forward to those races now that you know that Ore is in the competition and he is a threat maybe for the title?
It depends on the track because what I was able to learn today, you know, your commentary on our driving styles is exactly correct. He will go pedal to the metal each lap,
Yeah.
and he was, and I was going more conservative, biding my time. It doesn't work here because of the pit lane. Other tracks, he will lose out if that's the strategy that he takes. I guarantee you of that.
Yeah, I think Wahatton has a pretty long pit lane, so
I'm
we'll
fairly
see.
sure Riverbend does as well. But you know, Riverbend has this lovely little plaque in the pit lane because of Pizza. If you're listening, I know you're there, Pizza. Got my eyes on you.
He's always watching,
He's always watching.
waiting for to claim his role.
Yeah.
Um, but still, that was a great race, Kenichi. Congrats. Have you anything to say to the chat before I send you back to the channel?
I hope you guys enjoyed. I think we're here same time in 2 weeks' time. We're not here next week because
Yeah.
it's Oz.
Yeah, because next week there's Formula One, and I let because it's 5 in the morning, so at least for me, so I will let everyone like watch it in the
I mean,
evening.
I'm glad we're not racing next Sunday anyway because it's my birthday. So
Yeah.
it works for me. So
Yeah. From
yeah, I hope anyone that came to join and watched us for this race, I hope you enjoyed. I know at times it probably was a little bit boring at the end there. I might have manufactured a little bit of a battle with Kurok, but you know, I wanted to have some racing. I've been on my own for
yeah.
70 laps at that point, so I just wanted a bit of fun. So yeah, me and Kurok, we had a bit of a dice around. You know, Marcos was there as well watching. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you, Kenichi. And now I will say goodbye to those who watch. Thank you for watching us. And remember, in 2 weeks, not the next week, but in 2 weeks, we'll be at Wahatton for same amount of the same time, same hour, and we'll have 1.5 hour race like today. So that will be interesting to see. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Have a great day.